Here with the Game of Thrones Season 6 Episode 1 premiere. I'm not going to go into any details or spoilers for this episode, but I will for subsequent episodes or as many as I can get through while I can. I apologize for not uploading lately. It's been crazy, and I've had some other priorities I had to put first. Anyways, into the episode. Good episode, not the best episode. I watched it with a friend, and his feelings at the end of it were he didn't really like it. It was good, but it wasn't great. But he was happy about it because Game of Thrones is back. And that's kind of how I felt at the end, where it's just like, it was a good episode of TV, and I can't rate it lower than 8 because of the quality of it, but it wasn't the best Game of Thrones episodes. I know those are usually the last 2 or 3 episodes, but it just felt like it should have been held at a higher standard. It was a standard. It was a setup episode, and you really felt that. You got to see where all the major players were, where they're going, followed up basically immediately from the season 5 finale. And so you got to see what happened right after that. And in that sense, it's really great because you can just pick up and keep going. But it's a very, mixed bagged episode where you just want things to happen at a faster pace. And I know Game of Thrones doesn't go at a super fast pace, but it's also a weird episode for me because this is one of the first episodes I've watched where I don't know where the show is going, and it's kind of a wake-up call because I read all the books before I really got heavily invested in the TV show, and so I've usually had to step up, and it stops here, and I don't know what's going to happen next. I'm kind of anxious and freaked out and nervous about it, and so it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I really hope it starts to pick up with next week's episode, but it's still overall a good episode. And so that's it for now. Just for a little schedule updates, because I haven't done one of those in a while. Later this week or early next week, I'm going to be doing a finale video, or kind of like a finale comparison video for Agent Carter, iZombie, and what was it, Supergirl. When I watch the finale, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I will, and when I do, I'm going to do pickups for those. I'll do a recap for most likely Once Upon a Time, since not a lot has really happened. Well, yes and no, a lot has happened, but I'll be doing a recap for that and just kind of pick up and then keep going with the weekly stuff for that. I'm just going to pick up with the big things for Arrow and Flash and Arrow and Flash in one episode, Legends for another, and then do weekly stuff following that. After next week, though, I can't for this week, but after next week, I'll be doing the Captain America Civil War review as soon as I see it. So that's kind of a scheduling update stuff. But yeah, 8.3 for this episode of Game of Thrones. Keep an eye out for upcoming stuff, and seeing if this is parts. I don't know.